Have you ever wondered why, when you start offering your opinion and start thinking for yourself, that you almost always get labeled as something? When you stop conforming to what other people are expecting of you, when you start thinking for yourself, when you start offering up a different opinion, you you get labeled. People look at you and think, "Well, what's wrong with them? What's rubbing your feathers today?" Or "How come you're not this or that?" Because you quit following their expectations. You quit following what they feel you should be doing, and you started listening to yourself. Let's talk. Colbert Keen Conversations is all about freedom. The freedom to bring out what's already within you. Freedom to overcome your fears. Freedom to crush self-doubt. Freedom to transform hesitation into action, to live in our purpose. Colbert King Conversations. Let's talk. A lot of times people feel a pull or a need to think differently, but they never do anything about it because they know it's going to create some discomfort, not only in themselves, but maybe in the situation or the people they're around. So nothing gets done, and we stay in this uncomfortable situation because we don't want to rock the boat, or we have a fear of being misunderstood, or something won't come across the way we would like for it to. So instead, we stay quiet and we go along to get along, and we don't ruffle feathers or stir the pot. We just coast along with these uncomfortable feelings, even though we know this is not working for me anymore. Most of the time, we feel a pressure to stay aligned with group thinking because we don't want the fear of rejection. We don't want to be the outcast. We don't want to be the one that they label crazy or conspiracy or whatever it is, that whatever your group that you're a part of and you are no longer feeling the same way. It's a fear of being misunderstood. It's a fear of, what will they think about me if I offer up this opinion, or if I tell them the true way that I'm thinking, that I no longer feel this anymore? What will people think about me? What will they say? And that's one of the things we have to overcome with that mindset change of caring about what other people think, caring about what they're going to say about us. And I say that because I have been there. I have been there. You want to people please. You want to make sure that you're liked. You want to make sure that people have kind things to say about you. And why don't they like me? Yeah, it's exhausting trying to keep up with that. And here's a news flash. People are not going to like you. It's just the way of the world. Everybody's not going to like you. And once you understand that and realize that, you get a certain freedom of expression, a freedom to be yourself, a freedom to let people see the real you and how you think and what you meant to say all those times you kept your mouth quiet. Once you get to that freedom, once you break through to that, you feel a, I can do anything. I can conquer anything. I can attempt anything. I can put my best foot forward because now you believe in you, not what everybody else thinks. And one of the hard things to realize is that a lot of times people's acceptance of us is conditional anyway. You are only accepted as long as you are useful, as long as you provide a benefit to other people, as long as they see something of value to your being around, or to your contribution is, that your contribution is beneficial to them. Because other times people could care less. They'll be like, oh, yeah, she did this or he did that, and we have no use for that, or this, or, whatever it may be. But if you are useful to them and they see that you can maybe influence this or open a door or do this or connect them with the people or whatever it is that they see in you as far as being useful, then you're going to stick around. They're going to have things to say about you. They're going to, oh, this is my such and such. This is my this is my that. Or have you met such and such a person? When you're useful, you're going to be able to blend in and get along with the crowds and network, and people will, throw out that support for you. It's when you start to think for yourself, when you start to have those independent opinions or those independent thoughts that don't necessarily agree with what the group is saying, that's when the tensions start to rise. Because a lot of times, independent thinking for yourself, it threatens a lot of different systems, and it threatens that sense of control and power that people feel that they have over you, or people feel that they need to be able to accomplish whatever they want to accomplish. So when you start straying from that, when you start doing different or showing something other than what they want you to show, then sometimes you start getting labeled. You get labeled as difficult or angry or just a troublemaker. You get all these different labels put on you, and that's used to discredit you. That's used to show that your opinion is no longer useful or no longer valid because you're not helping their cause along anymore, or you are daring to dream and daring to think different. And how dare you think different? So watch out for those labels and watch out for when you start waking up to your own independence and your own thoughts, and seeing things how you want to do them with your own opinions. Freedom, yes, it is a type of freedom, but it also can be a type of isolation. Freedom sometimes comes with isolation. When you start shifting away from the expected ways of thinking or the expected ways of doing, and you start getting all these labels of troublemaker or conspiracy or whatever it is, whatever label you get because you broke away from the mainstream crowd, you have to know that those labels don't apply to you. Those labels apply to their way of thinking. You are always going to be you. You are always going to be your unique self. And that is what you need to portray. You don't have to worry about what other people are saying about you or what they're thinking about you, because you are being your authentic self. You're not waiting around for someone to tell you how to think or to tell you how to act. You're doing what you feel in your gut and what your mind is telling you to do, not what someone is expecting you to do. And I did an episode before, and I talked about, or Mel's Minute, one of them, I talked about intention versus expectation. Hey everybody, welcome to Mel's Minute. If there's something that you're going to or you get to be a part of, set your intention. A lot of times we have expectations, but we forget to set our intentions. If you go with expectations, you're waiting for something to happen or you're looking for someone to give you something. But if you set your intentions, you're willing to make something happen for yourself. Look at it this way. I expect to get this from this situation. Or I intend to get this from this situation. Expectations or intentions? You get to decide. Versus expectations. A lot of times we have expectations for something, and that means we're waiting for people to do something or we're waiting for this. But when you go in something with intention, you are going to make that happen because you are intending to get something from a message. You are intending to get something from a meeting. You are intending to, you intend that. Your intention is set, and that's what you're going to make happen. So when you realize that your usefulness is only tied to conforming, you're going to stop. You're going to say, wait a minute, this isn't me. This isn't how I'm feeling. I am no longer settling for someone thinking for me or someone saying, well, isn't that right, so and so? Or isn't that right, Melody? Or isn't that right, whoever? No, that's not right. No, I don't agree with that. No, I have a difference of opinion. And there's nothing wrong with saying that and believing that and putting that out there, because that's going to show you who people really are when you choose your authenticity over approval. That will show you who people really are and what they think about you. I know one time, not one time, but several times when I was introduced in a group and I was a part of this group, and this is when I was mayor. And so, you're wanted, you're invited, they want you to be a part of all these groups and different things. And then a couple years later down the line, and you're like, okay, you introduce yourself and you don't put that mayor, or you don't put that title that is making people acceptance of you. You just introduce yourself as your authentic, whatever that may be. And what it was for me, it was just, I'm Melody Colbert King. And the silence that ensues after that, because I didn't say mayor, I didn't say council member, I didn't say this, and this, my name. Well, people who are around and know you, and oh, she's a former mayor, she's this, and this, and this. And then, you get the perks again. But it's like, no, I'm just me without those titles, without the labels. And if you can't accept me for that, and if I don't have value, you don't see value with me having the experiences, but just being me also, then is that something I really want to be a part of? Or are you just seeing me because of my titles and the labels, and that's what you think is the value? Yes, you have to ask yourself that with the groups that you are in. Is it because you have the titles and the labels and the significance? Is that where your usefulness lies? Is that where your acceptance lies? Is that where your value lies? Ask yourself that. And sometimes being, I won't say ostracized, but being not a part of certain groups and different things like that, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're a has been or used to be. It doesn't mean any of that. A lot of times it just means that you've grown, that you have developed and shown your growth. It's not comfortable for you to be in that same seat anymore. It's not comfortable for you to go along with whatever the programming is. It's not comfortable for you to just sit by and not say anything and not speak up and speak out anymore. It's not comfortable because you've grown past that. You've shown that your intuition and your mindset and your experiences have allowed you and have developed within you. And now you're grown past that. You don't fit those molds anymore. You don't conform to what people expect anymore. Now you're branching out and doing your own thing, speaking up. You have to know that your uniqueness, what makes you you, that is not a liability. It's a strength. And that's the strength that you need to live in and walk in and show. People need to know the real, authentic you. You have stepped into your power. You have grown into knowing what works for you and what doesn't. And that's what you're portraying now. That's what you're living in. That's what you're thriving in. That's what you're walking in. That is what you're being. So, one thing you can do is start noticing when you are shrinking, or not really shrinking, when you are staying quiet just to fit in. Start really being cognizant of those times. You'll feel them, and you need to stop right in that moment and ask yourself, is this where I want to be? Is feeling like this how I want to feel? And then you will find that you can speak up. You will find your power and you will speak out. You will speak up for yourself. You will say, this is not me. Or you'll just offer your own opinion, but you'll find out that no longer can you stay silent in situations where you're uncomfortable or where you disagree with or where it's not helping to elevate you and everyone in your group, really. Because if it's not helping to elevate you and lift you up and inspire you and encourage, then it's probably not somewhere you need to be. And if you don't feel those things and you can't speak up and express those feelings, then it's definitely not somewhere you need to be. You have to be you, no matter what the cost. You have to be you, and you have to be free to be able to express you. So, this week, today, whenever you get a moment, take one step forward on your path of discovering you, of being authentically you. No one else can do it for you, only you. We are no longer conforming, we are thinking for ourselves. Thank you for joining Cobra King Conversations, and remember, take what you need and leave the rest, and you don't have to fix everything today. Cobra King Conversations, real conversations for real life. See you next Wednesday.